How long after
Biz,
the
before
you and
well,
him break?
one second.
How long
She
after
said
the act
what?
you and him break
I
up?
want to ask her 1 second. I want to please just give me 1 second, Angela. Um, he lost his position. It is your right as a woman to make a choice. I agree. All right. Let's say he kept his position. Did you love this person?
I loved them. I wasn't in love with
God.
them.
All right. Anyway, so you thought about it. That's a no. So we're gonna move on. And the last lady did that with the whole no. The last lady did the last lady the last Ashanti. Wait. It's my one
What
second.
I'm saying from my story as truth because you can't
That's that leadership kicking in.
your story. You can't do
No.
that.
I think that it does.
The last lady Ashanti did the same thing with the whole room thing, and you did the same thing. So anyway, we're gonna ignore that.
Continue your question.
Okay. Did you love him?
Yes.
Okay. You see how you answered it differently this time than the last time?
I want you to continue asking the question. You were gonna ask me if he
No.
You were gonna ask me if he still had these things, would we still be together, or would I still have given him?
Are you assuming? Are you assuming?
Yeah, finish the question.
Are you assuming? You just got on my brother. No. You just got on my brother for assuming. You just got on my brother. You brought out that he was assuming that he don't know. Are you assuming right now? All right, cool. All right, so well, now I'm being childish. Okay, so that's an insult, and I'm just talking to you. So I didn't call you no names. But anyway, moving forward.
Is that her expressing herself, or is that her being aggressive?
No, her? No, that's not brother. I promise you, that's not her being strong.
Well, you hate to admit you was wrong, don't you? You hate to admit you was wrong.
No, I said strength. I said strength. Yeah.
Hey, let's get Najee.
Hey guys, you gotta get my man Najee.
Let's get Najee in there.
Is that Najee? Is that how you pronounce your name, brother?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. What's your thought? What's your thought about this?
I think the whole dynamic is kind of dysfunctional because the way people are looking at it is more so based on their own personal needs. So it's like, I know how I want the woman that I desire to be, and she has to be this way. And if she don't act or behave this way, then I can make her wrong for it. And then I'm gonna find everybody's going into it from a lacking mindset because they don't understand who they are. And they're trying to create this idea of how they want a person to be based on where they're not showing up for themselves. And then you get to the root of it. It's based on their mom or dad or whatever trauma they experienced as a kid. And now they're governing their partners to be the version of their mom or their dad that they didn't receive as a kid growing up. And now they're like, oh, you're not the woman for me because you're not being the way I want you to be. AKA, you're not being how my mom is. It's all trauma bonding, for real.
Whoa!
100%.
You cooked.
I think that's an oversimplification, but I also think that we missed a very valuable exchange between Biz and Angela because Angela made it personal. And I think Biz was speaking on a general. I also think that it was posed as a general. Angela made it personal. No knock to her. But traditionally, I believe women do change up when the conditions of that man change. And that's what I believe Biz was speaking to, that en masse. So we're not saying Angela's like that or Anna's like that or Kiara's like that or even DJ's like that. But us as men continue to tell you guys some of the experience we have with women that are not y'all, that these is what occurs. And what I think was even displayed was that, correct me if I'm wrong, Angela, you said if he's no longer serving me, then I have the right as a woman to now remove myself if he's no longer serving me. Is that correct? Something along the lines?
When you are in a relationship, when you get in relationship with a person, I think the point of being in a relationship with the person is to inspire you to be better. When I say that person did not compliment me, when we were not compatible, where I felt like we could move in a constructive and healthy direction, that's what I mean when I say he wasn't serving me.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you for expressing that. Thank you.
Angela, were you guys friends first?
Hurt, but now that he got hurt, now he can't.
That's not a real thing.
He got cut his ass loose. Is that what we're saying?
She didn't really love him, or she had to guess or figure it out in her head.
Angela, were you guys friends first?
I'm just curious. Would that not be the equivalent to like how a man get with a wife or a woman and she starts to gain weight, and then a dude no longer find her attractive, so you don't want to?
We're talking about dating and marriage. Those are two different criteria.
Yeah,
men don't leave.
that's two
Men
whole
don't divorce
different
women
things.
for the most part.
I think again, like
You guys are saying it's different, but in reality, in 2025, a lot of it's not different. And regardless to whether it's in boyfriend, girlfriend, or in a marriage, it's still the problem with the whole cycle of relationships. And most people married, I recently asked a question, and I asked married people. I said, if you took out the word commitment, would you guys still treat each other the same? 97% of those people said no.
But I mean, that's the obvious though. You're in a marriage.
That's not the obvious. That means that it's transactional. Most relationships are transactional. So what Angela's saying is it was transactional. He's talking about love, but in reality, people don't love. They're in transactional relationships and marriages.
I don't think commitment is a transaction.
Love is acceptance.
I don't think commitment is a transaction.
Commitment. I think commitment is relationships, period, in general, are 100% transactional, in my opinion. Be it if it's your family, friends, or spouse. Now, as far as with marriage, you're committed to this person. So regardless if the transaction is not there, you've made a vow before God and man. So it doesn't matter. I think the part that we miss in general, regardless if this is a marriage or not a marriage, regardless if it's your spouse, your brother, a cousin, a coworker, nothing is going to stay the same all the way through. You're going to go through peaks and valleys. That's what happens in life. You go through that by yourself. So the fact that we assume or expect rather for everything to just go on this straight and narrow, I think is unfortunate. Now, Angela, I don't know your situation, but from what I'm hearing, from what I'm gathering, from what it is that you're sharing with us, is that before this man had all of this bad luck, we can quote it as, before that happened, everything was good, because when he went through that, you was okay with being, you was cool with it. You was like, oh, okay, hey, I get it. It was cool. You experienced this. We're going to continue to work with it. we're going to rock out whatever. But not considering the fact that this man has experienced something that was life-changing. I can only assume how bad the car accident was. Was this a fender bender, or was the car totaled? So now he may just have trauma. He might have some PTSD from this now. And on top of that, he lost he lost this 6-figure deal, which is a good amount of money, which is life-changing. He's going through all of these instances where he just hit this valley. And now this woman that he thought was rocking with him is like, no, man, you're not showing up no more. You're not doing this no more. So now I gotta kick it to you. I gotta kick you to the curb.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what it sounds like.
It may sound like that. I will give you that. I give that you don't. It's just a small increment of the story. I was saying those parts of the story to add context to what I was trying to say and what we were talking about. But I got with this person because of their character and how they treated me, not because of those things. So the lack thereof was the reason why we're not together is not because of that. I think that most men will stay on this panel if that happened to them, that they just wouldn't have the capacity to date and to show up for a woman that they cared about.
You just said that you got with him for his character.
Can I ask?
Go ahead.
Is that wait? Is that not what you just said? You just said you got with him for his character.
His personality and his character. But as you get to know
So
somebody,
what changed?
as you get to know
He said
somebody,
how he treats me
about them, and things change.
Yeah.
So you're not. My point is, it sounds like you're not taking into consideration what it was that he was going through during that time, because you said out of your mouth, you just said that you got with him because of his character and personality. That's what drew you to him, and that's what made you accept the fact that he's going through whatever he's going through. So now that he's going through this process of where he no longer has what he has, and maybe he's questioning himself, and now he's struggling with something internally, is matter of fact, your character and personality isn't what I thought it was. That's what it sounds like you're saying right now.
You're assuming
I think the biggest disconnect
nobody else hears that.
I think y'all projecting big time. Like y'all are speaking for the dude as if y'all know what the dude and how he was, and you like y'all are best friends with this guy. Y'all talk to him like y'all don't even know. She's telling you her experience, and y'all are like, yeah, but you only did that because all these women, this is what they do. And she's like, no, that's not what I was doing. Well, it's like, yeah, you lying because I know how all these women, it's what they do, and it's like, what?
But hold on,
I don't think he was projecting. I think that he was just using the evidence brought forward to us to kind of like make a sensible.
No, that's what it sounds like to me.
Projection is when he's speaking for another person.
He's taking my experience and he's
if you're speaking for somebody that's
his lens. That's what he's doing.
Why don't you give us more detail than that?
He's not taking what I'm saying for truth, because in his mind it's already made up about correct or about certain things, and that's just what it is.
Angie, are you willing to give us more detail?
Angela, before you, I don't mean to cut y'all off, but just before you speak, Angela, because I'm about to get off y'all, I'm a little tired. But Viz, to your point, in my situation you brought up, it wasn't just I cut Buddy off after that. That's the moment I felt unsafe, right? You know how you go from you're feeling you know like everything is just beautiful, and you know we loving on each other, we this, we that, but that's like the very moment I felt unsafe. Like, okay, well maybe he's not. You know, maybe I'm not as important to him as he is to me. You get what I'm saying? Maybe he's not really messing with me like I'm messing with him. And so after that incident happened, it was a pattern. It is important that we pay attention to people patterns. It was a pattern of the same types of incidents.
No grace for him. It might have been a one-off.
So he did that multiple times.
It wasn't exactly the car situation, but it was similar situations to where I needed you, bro. Like you didn't show up like I would show up for you. Like how you called me and I'm showing up for you.
What happened?
Sorry.
I didn't hear
you called him bro.
Huh?
You called him bro.
Keep going.
I mean, we were friends. We were really friends.
Hell no.
Right. So y'all.
A woman gonna call a man bro. That's some masculine shit right there.
So were y'all? So were y'all friends or were y'all dating?
We were dating, but we were really. How do you date somebody without forming a friendship?
I agree. But a friend and someone that you're dating, those are two completely different titles.
If someone is your friend, if someone is your friend, do you love them?
Yeah,
absolutely.
But not like your man though.
Right. So let me ask you. So if they're your friend and you love them, what is love to you?
That's a deep question. That's so deep.
Love has like it just, for me, it can't be boxed, right? It's how you express your form of emotions, how you feel about that person, how you show up for that person, how how you answer, how you respond, how do you get what I'm saying? It's not, I don't really have it's really showing up for that person, empathizing with that person, sympathizing with that person, right? And so, I'm sorry?
Oh, I was like, I like that. I'm just listening.
Well, that's empathy and sympathy, but that's not love. Love is acceptance.
That
And
like
love is not calculated. So there's only one definite, like someone's like, that's going to be a long answer. And I'm like, it's not, it's acceptance.
I don't think love is acceptance.
To you,
love is
different.
100% acceptance. What Bible are you reading? Who said that?
It's different.
I don't think it makes sense either.
Right. It doesn't.
That
because love